Welcome to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. Mr. Barber is a preacher, a ventriloquist, a barefoot runner, and writes 2 blogs. When Jerrie communicates, he encourages people, try not to learn very much. Find a mustard seed. In the next few minutes, try not to learn very much. Look for something you can do to move a mountain, remove a stumbling block, or provide a stepping stone for yourself or someone else. And now, here's Jerrie with this week's mustard seed.
I want to ask a question. Does the front door of your church building need repainting? I searched several websites for curb appeal. Near the top of each list was paint the front door. Real estate people say if you want to sell your house, make a good first impression. To make a good first impression, be sure your front door's painted and has attractive hardware. Buy new hardware if necessary. If your house number's damaged or dull, spend $15 and buy new numbers and install them. This isn't a podcast episode on selling houses. From my perspective and experience, a local church's website is its front door. It tells many stories about the church. Some churches need to paint their front door and buy new hardware or software. But the church isn't the building. I'm not talking about the building. This is a parable. Many people's first contact with the congregation is visiting its website. If the church doesn't have a website, that tells you how up-to-date it is communicating with today's people. Many of our pioneer preachers rode to their appointments on a horse. Many congregations are in the horse and buggy days of making a good first impression on their neighbors. Consider some indications for the need of painting or replacing a website, the front door of the church. 1. Playing hide-and-go-seek with prospective visitors includes a low priority of inviting and encouraging all to come. Times of services, special events with clear directions on getting there make it easier to take advantage of the ministries and services provided. These should be obvious on the first page. 2. Out-of-date calendars indicate nothing's happened since June 2017, or you haven't taken the trouble to communicate opportunities to learn and grow. 3. Ugly, crowded, 1995 designs let people know how much attention you give to communicating in the most effective methods. Yellow Times Roman letters on a black background with a few dull pictures and a crowded, out-of-date front page don't make a good first impression. 4. If you had dead, resigned, and moved leaders still on the leadership list on the website and unnoticed new leaders, you tell people how you fail to stay current with an accurate list of present leaders and ignore new leaders. As a preacher, I've experienced it both ways. Your website should tell the truth about all things. Jesus said in Matthew 5:37, "Let what you say be simply yes or no. Anything more than this comes from evil." We don't have any young people who can work those newfangled things. What do you do when your heat or air conditioners go out? You don't have anyone in the congregation who can fix them. How soon do you call for help? Which is more important, making a good first impression and serving all possible visitors, or having the temperature exactly right? I think both of them are pretty important. Some wonder why people never visit or why present members attend another church. Another congregation may be extending a welcome mat electronically and in other ways, and we're saying we don't care by not putting up signs and repeated invitations to come and see. I'm not saying these things because I've always done it right, because I haven't. I learned these things from my ignorance. In my last full-time work at Bears Chapel, we had an outdated and inadequate website. A long-time Hickman County friend and brother in Christ, Steve Lancaster, who attended there, volunteered to build us an up-to-date website. When he was ready to launch the website, he wanted to instruct the secretary and me on how to keep it up to date with sermons, classes, and announcements. I said I didn't want anything to do with the website. I just wanted something nice that would last. Steve informed me that an effective website had to be serviced often. He had spent much time and effort constructing a great website. He said if we didn't want to keep it current, he wouldn't install it because it'd be out of date and obsolete in a few weeks. He didn't want to be associated with something not excellent and accurate. What a wonderful attitude. Listen to Colossians 3:23 and 24. Whatever you do, work heartily as for the Lord and not for men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the inheritance as your reward. You're serving the Lord Christ. That was my conversion to learning the necessity of good websites. We learned to update our website and keep it current. We lament the absence of young people in our churches. One reason may be we haven't stayed current with good communication. Yellow pages don't work. Christmas catalogs and the Sears Big Book don't produce many sales for Sears. Sears is out of business because it failed to keep up with current communication and sales methods. When I was in elementary school, we advertised gospel meetings by buying an ad in the Hickman County Times, our local newspaper, and placing flyers under the windshield wipers at General Shoe and Southern Sportswear in Centerville. Most people in the county had a member of their family working there. That'd take a lot of time and be met with resistance in our communities today. Don't look for your preacher to come riding up on a horse Sunday morning. I don't know where we could find enough funeral home fans that would make it possible to save money by not using an air conditioner. Don't expect a 1995 website or none to effectively promote your good message. For curb appeal, you may need to paint your front door. When I received a call from River Road in Nashville in the summer of 2018 about working with them as an interim minister, one of the first things I did was go to their website. I was pleasantly surprised. I found an attractive, clean, and current website, www.riverroadcc.org. It didn't hurt to have a deacon, who's now an elder, who works for Microsoft. I talked with Jay Lockhart. He said anyone who wanted more website information could contact him at j.lockhart@comcast.net. One of the best rules for a website for the church or anything else is found in Matthew 7:12. So, whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophets. When I plan to visit a congregation, I want to know the times of services and address of the building. I'm impressed when I find that on the first page clearly displayed. If that's what I find helpful, there's a good possibility that others would like it also. Please check the website for your congregation. Does it need repainting or replacing?
Thank you for listening to Gleaning Mustard Seeds with Jerrie Barber. If you found a mustard seed, send a text or email with the link to a friend. This podcast was brought to you by Jerry's book, Between Preachers. You can grow through interim ministry. Dale Jenkins wrote in the introduction, while Jerry has written the only book I know by a member of the Church of Christ on interim ministry, the excellent principles in this book could be used as a book on healthy moving or healthy leader-minister relations, or a book for every Christian on healthy living. I'd encourage you to get one for every elder you know. You can order your book from Amazon. There will be a link in the show notes. Thank you for listening. Jerry looks forward to next week as we continue to collect and plant mustard seeds.